Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ikemji, and in today's tutorial I'll be learning how to make this halter neck shift dress with gathers. This is actually a trending gown which can be worn in two ways, with and without the belt. So if this is something you find interesting and you want to learn, please engage more in the video and don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. So let's get started. To begin, I'll be working with 2 yards of non-stretchy plain crepe fabric, but if you're a plus size, I advise you go for 3 yards. So next I'll be doing is to fold my material in a triangular form, just as you see me do. I folded it the first time and I went ahead and folded it the second time, leaving an allowance in front, which is going to be my back side that is going to have my zip. So you can see I left 1 inch allowance and I'm just aligning this material properly. So I went ahead to use pin to actually secure them down so that it doesn't move while I'm taking other parts of the measurement. So what I'm going to be doing next is to actually take my shoulder line, which is the starting line. So my shoulder is actually 15 inches divided by 2. I'm going to get 7.5. So I'm going to position my tape in such a way that I'm going to get at least 7.5, which I just marked there. So I'm going to connect that using my ruler, and then the next line I'm going to be taking is going to be my bust line. So I'm just going to mark that, which is actually 10 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark that through the dress and equally use my ruler to connect that together, just as you see me do in this video. So next I'll go ahead to do is to determine my chest line, which I can actually come up by 2 inch for my bust line in order to get my chest line. So I'm just going to mark that all through and equally connect them together. So the next vertical line I'm going to be taking is the full length of this dress, and the full length I'm going to be working with is actually 37 inches, but the dress is actually going to have a gathers at the down part, which is about 6 inches. So I'm going to deduct 6 inches from the 37 inches, which is going to give us 31 inch. So I'm just going to mark 31 inch plus 1 inch for my joining allowance to my gathers, which is actually 32 inch, which I'm just going to mark that there. So I'll go ahead and connect it, and this is basically what we are going to have. Next is to impute my horizontal measurement, starting from my shoulder divided by 2. I have 7.5, which I just marked there, and then I'll go ahead to impute my neck width and neck depth. Remember that we're cutting our front and back together for the neck width. So for the neck width of this dress, I'm going to be going with 2.5, which I'll just mark there, and for the neck depth of the back, I'm going to go down by 1 inch, and I'll go ahead and connect that with a curved line, just as you see me do in this video. So next I'll go ahead to do is to determine the neck depth of my front, and I'll be working with 2.5 inches. So I'll go ahead and equally connect that with a curved line. So next I'll be doing is to determine my bust, and on my chest line I'm going to take my bust measurement divided by 4, which is actually 9, and I'll mark that and then add 1 inch for my sewing allowance. So I'll just extend this line. Since this is actually a free gown, I'll just extend it there. So from that point to the chest line, I can actually draw a straight line to connect it, more or less like giving it an armhole shape, since it's actually an halter neck. But I want mine to kind of have a shoulder, more or less like a little bit short sleeve. So I'm going to be coming out by 2 inches so I can have something like a shoulder, which you basically see there. So from this very point here, now I'm going to extend it to my chest line in a curvy pattern. So you can use your curve ruler or you can use your free hand to just create a armhole, and then from this point I'm just going to get a shoulder slant. And this is basically what you're going to have. So I'll go ahead and extend the neck of my back towards my zip side, and I'll go ahead to cut out what I'll be needing for this tutorial. So I'll go ahead now and cut it out carefully. Then remember, when you are cutting the back, you can actually cut it together with the front, but by the time you want to cut the front, ensure to separate the back and the front from each other, and then carefully cut the front alone. Then I'll go over to cut the down part of the dress, and after doing that I'll equally go ahead to slash the sides open so that the back and the front can be on their own. And this is basically what we have. So this is the front and this is the back, and I'll go ahead now and use bias to actually turn the sleeve parts and do that for the back as well. Next I'll do is to add the gathers to this dress, and for me to do that, remember that the full length of this dress is actually 37 inches, 6 inches for my gathers and 31 inch for the upper part of this dress. And remember that I added 1 inch to the upper part of this dress, which will be used for folding when joining the gathers on top of it. So what I'm going to basically do right away to get my gathers, I'm going to open up my dress this way, and I'm going to take the full width of this dress. So I'll place my tape from one end of the gown to the other end of the gown so that I can know the measurements of how long my gathers is going to be. And here I have 45 inches, right? So I'll equally go ahead and measure the back, because the back is already 2-piece, so for the left and the right side of the back. So I'm just going to equally do the same by taking the measurement from one end to the other. So in order to cut my gathers now, I'm going to be getting 2 straps, for one for the back and one for the front. So you can see I've gone ahead to cut out the 2 strap, which is as long as possible. So here what I did was to times 45 inch by 2. You can times it by 3 if you have enough material, but for me I times mine by 2, which will be enough for me to actually run gathers on my gown. So the width of my gathers I'm working with is actually 8 inches, but we needed 6, right? The reason why it's 8 inch because I'm going to be folding the up parts by 1 inch and be folding the down part by 1 inch. By the time you fold it, you are going to arrive at 6 inches, which you are going to place directly on top of your upper bodice, and then pleat it directly on it. So once you do that, you are going to get the full measurement of your dress back again. So as you can see here, I've gone ahead to use bias to turn my sleeve, and I've also gone ahead to fold the down part of the upper part of this gown. I equally went ahead to do that for the back and joined my left and right back piece together. Although I left this part open because I'm going to be joining my band for the neck before going ahead to insert my zip. So I will get the front piece of this dress now, and in order to put my gathers, I will get the midpoint of this dress, and once I do that, I'm going to mark that and then get my gathers. So I'll equally get the midpoint of my gathers as well, and once I do that, I'm going to place them directly on top of each other, ensuring that the right side of my upper part of the body and the right side of my gathers are actually facing up. And then I'm going to use pin now to secure the midpoints together. Ensure that you are pleating the gathers directly on top of the upper part of this dress by 1/2 inches, which I'm basically doing more or less like top stitching it on top. So I'm just going to do that to the other side of the gown and also to the back. So after doing that, this is basically what you are going to have. Sorry that I had to use a lighter thread. So this is basically what you are going to have now. This is what the inside look like. This is the inside and this is the back side for the front view of the back. As you can see, everything is turning out neat and very good. So what I'm basically going to do now is to place my front piece on top of my back, ensuring that the right sides are facing each other, and then I'm going to go and sew the sides by 1 inch, and then I'll join the shoulder by half inch. So let us take it to the machine and sew. So this is basically what we have. As you can see, I have gone ahead to join the sides by 1 inches, and for the back now, I will go ahead and open the back up to the point where I stitched it, because I'm going to be adding my zip. But before adding my zip, I'll go and add my band for the neck, and to do that, I'm going to take my tape and measure round my neck to know what the measurement is. And whatever I have there for the measurement, I'm going to be cutting a long strap for it. As you can see, I have 18.5, so I'm going to be getting a full long strap that is 18.5 measurements, or even more than. Whatever remains, you can cut out any excesses. And then the width I'm working with here is actually 4 inches, which I'm going to place on fold, right? So now when I place it on fold, I'm going to be having 2 inches. So from these 2 inches that we got, I'm going to be using ½ inch to actually join the neckband to the remaining part of this dress, and then I'm just going to carefully place them well and then use pin to secure it down properly. Ensure to take your time so that everything can be well aligned, and then whatever remains you can go ahead and cut out any excesses before taking it to the machine to sew. And this is basically what you are going to have. As you can see, everything is turning out so neat and so clean. So I will advise you to actually ensure to weave the inner part of this dress so that every rough edges can be well cleaned and trimmed. Next, I'll go ahead to do is to actually insert my zip. As you can see, I already left this part opened, and I'm going to be adding my zip by 1 inch that I left. So let's take it to the machine in order to add the zip. And voila, this is what we have. As you can see, everything is all neat, well ironed, and all beautiful. You can see the gathers are looking so pretty. I also went ahead to actually get a long strap that is as long as possible, that can be able to go around my waist, so that I can decide to wear the gown free, or I can decide to use the belt to tie on my waist. So if you enjoy watching this video and found it very helpful, please do subscribe, like, share, and turn the notification bell to get notified anytime I upload a new video in this channel. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Bye.